welcome back to another Honor Respect and another edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10. And we've all out officially done. The AEW roster is preparing for Grand Slam on WrestleDream, and this week's show continues to build up for these events, and with some big matches advertised, including the Elite versus Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita. And we kicked off from a rematch from what was a big feud a few years ago, Orange Cassidy against Chris Jericho. Cassidy's music kit to kick off the show, making his way to Jericho. Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly squared off with Big Bill and Brian Keefe as the OC and Jericho began to fight. All 6 men brawled, but nobody touched them in the first 2 matches except for them. Cassidy almost won early with an orange punch that scored a near fall. He had control until Jericho countered a drop kick into a lion tamer. Even then, the veteran had a size and experience advantage. It never felt like he was dominating. He and OC had a competitive fight, allowed both men to have sequences in the driver's seat. They ended up going through the timekeeper's area before they got a holy shit chant going. While this bout was enjoyable at moments, and also included some good spots, it was a bit clunky in places. Jericho and Cassidy's chemistry definitely increased as time went on, but it wasn't as good as some previous encounters. Even with the interference from his cronies, Jericho suffered a loss when OC knocked him out with a roll of quarters. So yeah, I thought it was a solid match without really being special. Probably the right result though. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before Hook had a squash, as Roderick Strong watched on from commentary. Whatever. The next match combined two feuds when May and Deeb teamed up with Queen Aminata and Yuka Sakazaki. The heels quickly took control and isolated Aminata from her partner. As the match progressed through the break, Sakazaki got a hot tug and went on what can only be described as an adorable rampage. Once Aminata recovered, she helped deliver some Germans. The match was going fine until May caused an internal DQ by using the title belt as a weapon and whipping Sakazaki with it to add insult to injury. And yeah, I think it was all right, to be fair. Obviously going to lead to tension between May and Deeb, leading to a match down the line. Kind of did its job. It was a mismatch together, but I think they did all right with it. I'll go with 5 out of 10. Moxley, Shafir and Casanova were coming through the crowd when private parties happened. Shafir helped her teammates and got the upper hand, and BCC left Quen and Cassidy down. Moxley crushed Shay's hand with a hammer blow before Darby Allin arrived for a face-off. Allin stood tall, but BCC weren't intimidated. Loving that new character from Moxley now. I think the way he's coming across is great, and Allin definitely is an interesting rivalry before maybe he gets to Danielson, or the winner does. Ricochet took on the Beast Mortis in a different, of course, styles match. Ricochet seems to float while he jumps, while Mortis likes throwing his entire body at his opponents. They blended their styles together to put on a fun encounter. The show had an uneven lineup, but this was definitely the best match, and after some close counters, Ricochet scored a predictable hard-fought win, but it's a banger match, builds Ricochet momentum up, and I think also does Beast Mortis a favour as well. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Hangman Page gave an interview with Schiavone and attacked him before Jeff Jarrett showed up to make the save. The new Hangman character, brutal, but Jeff Jarrett's still pulling those moves at his age. Good stuff. Before the main event was the Elite taking on Fletcher, Ospreay and Takeshita. Nick and Fletcher started for their teams and had a fast-paced exchange. Okada and Ospreay ended up in the ring together earlier than expected, but Takeshita was a little upset when Billy Goat didn't tag in. Both teams had some great multi-man spots sprinkled into the match, but Ospreay and Takeshita's performances stood out. The show went into overtime for more than 20 minutes, so everyone had time to shine. After a couple of false finishes, Fletcher picked Nick to get the win. Big run for Fletcher, I think. Big win for him. And Ospreay really enjoyed the match. I think an interesting feud on multiple fronts developing here as well. So 7 out of 10. And overall, Dynamite gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, it's a pretty good episode of Dynamite. Obviously building up to 2 big shows. And I think, they're doing it pretty nicely at the moment, I have to say. Lots of intriguing stuff going on. And gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I think AEW is really on a good period at the moment, approaching WrestleDream and, of course, Grand Slam. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.